Okay, part 2 of our April Fool's joke on the law.
Hi.
Hey, do you got an answer?
No, not yet. Heather's in the store right now. I told her about it. She wants to. I just need to get a little bit more info from you because I'm trying to, in my head, grasp how I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Like a couple of things. Like one is, when do you need the money by?
Well, we would need the deposit probably like Monday, but not all of it, like 1,000 or something on Monday. So I would need to come get a check from you. And then, the rest of it. And then, and then it's just as it comes. Because all we know right now is the 5,000, for the change fee. The 5,000 each for the change fee. And then the other things as they come up.
Wait, hold on. See, okay, so now it's a little. You said wait, so it's a $10,000 change fee?
Divided by 2. Divided by me and you.
No, I know, Eric. What I'm trying to get a hold of, though, is, okay, so, like, first of all, I don't even have $5,000 right now. I have just under that, and I...
No, but I don't need but I would only need like 2,000 from you on Tuesday. You know what? We can even. I'll front you the extra $500 for the deposit.
Wait, no. Listen, I'm trying to, like, is it going to be 5,000 total, or is the 5,000 going to turn into 10,000? Is one thing.
It wouldn't turn into 10,000. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron, it's a lot of money.
No, I know, but it's my wedding, Ryan.
Aaron, I love you. I want to be at the wedding, and I certainly want to be at the wedding because I want Heather to be there. We moved in with her parents because we have a $15,000 tax bill we can't pay. And forget about all the other debt. Like, I need to come up with that money and pay that in April or May, and I'm going to be paying, I don't even know how I'm going to come up with that. So, like, I'm trying to figure out...
What about could you maybe, like, pick up some shifts at, like, Scotty's or something, that bar on the corner?
I've never worked at a bar before.
I thought you used to be a bartender.
No.
Oh. Well, maybe wait tables or something?
I delivered pizza.
Well, I'm sure there's pizza places in Springfield.
Yeah. What I need to know, Eric, is like, how much and when you need it by, because if it was one of those things where it was like, you guys, I don't even know how to put this. It's such a awkward conversation. Like, $5,000 in my head so that Heather can be at your wedding is totally worth it to me. Only, and I mean that, only $5,000 coming out of my pocket in the next 3 or 4 months is like that. It's like moving earth. It's the hardest thing possible for me because of timing. I've got this. The tax bill was such pressure on us that I gave up my lease and moved in with my in-laws, where I don't get a chance to get laid because my wall's up against theirs. And now I got a baby on the way, and we're going to incur all sorts of medical bills. And
but medical, it's going to be a baby. What kind of medical bills would you have for a baby?
The hospital alone. You have to pay for the room. You have to pay for, not to mention buying all the baby shit. The baby shit costs like $5,000. Like, it's an overwhelming overwhelming amount of money, and then couple that with the tax bill, and that's all before my conversation with you. Like, all the other shit that we've got going on right now is very overwhelming, but by, like, August, September, it's all going to be, like, under control, and then, but...
So if it would be under control by August, then it would, then to add, like, $5,000 more, it would be under control by, like, November. Or December.
If we stayed living at her house. If we stayed living at her parents' house.
Yeah.
Only, I don't think her mom wants us there.
I'm sure her mom would be fine to keep you at her house, even with the baby, for another month or two if it meant Heather could come to my wedding. That I am 1,000% sure of.
Well, I can only tell you right now that the day I got the offer on my apartment, her mom, the day I got the offer on my apartment, her mom was sending us links for apartments.
Well, maybe you should ask Mr. and Mrs. Birch what they think about the whole thing. And get there and let them make the final decision. Because ultimately, it's their decision. It's their house. And I would totally respect that. If they said no, I get it. Because I'm living in my parents' house. So maybe, why don't you guys go home or wherever you are and ask Mr. and Mrs. Birch what they think. And let them decide.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I need to, like, you know, if you told, like, if I knew it was all in, 100% all in, $5,000, that's what, but, like, I can't commit to you if it's going to, if it winds up being $7,500, I don't know if I can come up with $7,500 by June.
Well, we could put it on our credit cards.
I don't have credit cards anymore. All of mine are maxed out from my divorce.
Yeah, but couldn't Heather open one?
She's already got $10,000 in credit card debt from the wedding. That's the thing. We came up with we paid for the wedding ourselves. We're in a $10,000 hole, and then paid that off, and then booked the honeymoon because we weren't pregnant and didn't know about the tax bill. Booked the $10,000 honeymoon, put it on a credit card thinking, oh, we'll be able to pay this off in a couple of months. And then out of nowhere, it was baby on the way and you're getting a $15,000 tax bill. And we were like, holy fuck. And now we still got that $10,000 in credit card debt. And I'm trying to come up with the $15,000 for the, you know, and then the other thing is that, like, I brought my taxes to an accountant after I did them, and I should be getting my answer on Tuesday, but you need to know by 6 o'clock at night, because, like, if the accountant comes back and says, actually, you fucked up and your taxes are only going to be $8,000, then that's a totally different conversation.
Well, what I'm hearing right now is you're really enthusiastic about this idea, and that you want to...
The idea at $5,000... It's enthusiastic for 2 reasons. One, because I love you and Billy, and I want to be there. But more importantly than that, I love my wife, and I know how much she wants to be there. Because you are her best friend in the world. And I got to tell you right now, if this were Johnny or Dre, I could see spending $5,000 to try and be there. If it was anybody else, I'd probably be like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't afford it, I got a kid on the way. But even with Johnny and Dre right now, if it were on me and I had to come up with it, I would probably be telling them no. But this, like, if I do this, I'm doing it for Heather.
Right. Where is Heather right now?
She's in Walgreens. I wanted to have this conversation with you before because, and you know, the other thing is, like, I could consider, you know, committing to like 5 if I can even work this all out, and I don't know if I can, but I can't commit to 5 that becomes 10. You know what I mean?
All right. So why don't we do this? Well, let's make we'll say 7,000 max.
I mean, I can't. First of all, I don't know if I can even come up with $7,000 by June. There.
But you don't need to
No,
because we can pay it off like in increments.
No,
Well,
I know,
you know
but
what?
need
You
to
know
pay
what?
it off
I'll open up here. I have an idea. I have a solution to the problem. I have good credit. I will open up a credit card and put all the costs on that credit card, and then together we'll pay that credit card off. So I'll give you guys access to it. You know what I mean? Like I'll make you guys like, you know, I don't know. I'll give you the password, and then we can both pay the credit card off, like whatever the extra expenses are. Listen, talk to Heather, and talk to Mr. and Mrs. Birch and see what they say. And then, you know, we've got
honestly, I don't
2
even wanna
hours.
bring it up.
That's a lot of time. We have 2 hours. It's plenty of time to make a decision like this.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know if
we
I
only
wanna
talked
bring it
like
up.
30 minutes
I
ago.
don't know if I want to bring it up to her parents. They're struggling so much financially.
Well, then, you know what? Then if they say no, then that's the decision, and that's fine. And you know what? When my parents say no, I listen. So let them.
Oh, I know. Like, and Aaron, you got to understand. Like, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but my parents are losing their house right now. Like, their house has already been foreclosed on. They have to be out pretty soon, and like, they have an apartment that they're living in. But like, you know, when I hear the number 7,000, that pays their rent for a year. And that's like, you know, like, it's a shitload of money.
I know.
You know, I mean, like, if you, I'll be straight up honest with you. If you had told me that it was $2,500 each, $5,000 total, and that was it, I wouldn't have even blinked an eye. I would have said done, and I wouldn't even told Heather, and it would have been a surprise to her. But we're talking about, I mean, you know, you're talking about the kind of money that buys a car.
Okay, here's what I think. Talk to Heather, and then talk to Mr. and Mrs. Birch, and then let me know.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, cool. I love you, Law.
You gotta promise me you're not gonna be mad at me, though, Eric.
I
mean, the fact that I'm even considering this is in the back of my mind telling myself that I'm fucking insane.
talk to Heather, talk to Mr. and
Not
Mrs.
because you're not working, but because of the situation that I'm in right now.
I know. Talk to Mr. and Mrs. Birch, then talk to Heather. Is she still in Walgreens this whole time?
Yeah.
What the hell is she doing in Walgreens this whole time?
I think she's getting something for my birthday.
Oh,
I don't
she
know.
is? That's nice.
I don't know. I think she's like looking for a card or something. I have no idea.
She's getting you a card. Okay. All
I
right.
have no idea. She's in there getting shit for her dad, too.
Okay. Well, all right. Whatever it is, call me back. Talk to Heather. I mean, Heather needs to make the decision, really. And Mr. and Mrs. Birch should, too.
Yeah.
It should be a group decision, really.
I don't disagree with that. I want to say yes, but at the same time, it's like the most irresponsible thing I could do as a father to be.
I know. All right, talk to them, though.
Really, especially in my financial, if I didn't have the tax back and I didn't have,
So you know what? Can't you defer your tax? Can't you just not pay your taxes this year? There's options where you don't have.
want to stay out of jail.
Yeah, but you can defer them. You can just pay the absolute minimum. You don't have to pay the whole taxes. You can pay them off over years.
Yeah, but you pay 20% interest on that.
So, but I mean, so what? You pay interest on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but Aaron, you don't understand. I pay $1,700 a month in credit card bills.
All right, listen. Talk to Heather, and then call me back.
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you guys too, and that's the only reason I'm even considering this. But if the answer is ultimately no, I don't want to feel like shit. You know,
You're not. Hey, listen. If Mr. and Mrs. Birch say no, then I won't even blink an eye, because I know what parents say goes. So talk to them and then call me back.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay.